Okay, in the third version of the two-thought problem, everything's very similar, except there's a change at the end which adds a bit of magic to the mentalism. Very happy with this. Really is original with myself, I think. And see what you think, especially the magicians out there rather than the beginners. But anyway, here's the idea. Again, it's the same procedure. Someone thinks of a card by looking, and you get a peek. Someone thinks of a card genuinely. So it's the same as the first version. Okay, so it's the same as before, except this time, as first, I do put the card, so the person who's thinking of a card, okay, you don't know that card as in the first version, but you put the other person's card down as in the first version, the Nine of Hearts. You go through the same procedure. I hope they're not the same, blah, blah, blah. I've made my commitments. Oh, what's your card? They tell you the Queen of Spades. You ignore it for a second. You say, I want you to think of your card. It's a red card, right? So it's exactly the same as the first version. However, this time, what I do is I get a card which is close to the 9. Okay? Close to this one. Second from top. And I get the card that was just revealed, which is the Queen of Spades, on the top. So think about this for a second. You've put the 9 in front of the person who's thinking of the Queen. You've gone through your palaver and said, what was your card? The Queen of Spades. Oh, then you find something close to the 9, in this case the 10. You bring it second to top, and you bring the thought of card to the top. Does that make sense? So that's the 9, there's the 10, there's the Queen. They think you're looking for the 9. The 9's already down, they've told you the Queen. And this is so great because now I say I think I'm close. So I'm talking to the person who's thinking of the 9 of Hearts, although it's down there. And I double lift the 10 of Hearts and actually show them the card. Now remember, the thought of card is the Queen underneath that one, underneath that double. So this is so clever. If you think about what we're doing here, I say to the person who thought of the 9, is this even close? And they'll go, well, actually it's very close. Oh, good. And again, the timing here is sort of better than the other versions, because they're looking at the 10, and then you say to the other person, and you don't say, and you thought of the Queen, right? You ask them to say, and what card did you think of again? And they'll say the Queen of Spades. That's where the magic really happens, because I turn the double over, take the single Queen, then do a Mexican turnover to show the Queen. Wow, incredible. That's, you thought of their card, it was only in their head. And you say, what's even stranger is, I guessed at the 10, but now it's magically turned to the 9. Is that the card you were thinking of? See what happens? Some pure mentalists mightn't like this because it sort of adds a bit of magic to the mentalism. I love to mix the two. What's happened? You found both the cards, but you've also transformed one card. I'm just going to reiterate that very, very quickly. Go back to the explanation on the first version. It's the same until you start placing, well, yeah, same, including when you place them down. The person who's looked at the 9 and the person who's thinking of any card, you look at the person who's thinking of any card and put the 9 in front of them. Then you say, I hope it's not the same card. What was your card? I'm not changing that anyway. They think you've made a guess. So they'll tell you, oh yeah, it's the Queen of Spades. Straight back to the guy with the 9 of Hearts, and you say, but yours was a red card, right? And they say yes. Now you know the 9 of Hearts is down here. So I'm looking for something similar. I'll take the 7 this time. No, yes, let's take the 8. 8 of Hearts. That goes to the second from top. See what I'm doing here? So what I'm doing, I'm looking for a card similar to the 9, say an 8, I'm putting that top or second from top, and the card which was thought of, which has just been revealed to me, because I put the 9 of Hearts down here, the Queen is now on the top. So that's the situation, a card similar to the card on the table. Now remember, I'm talking to this guy saying, think of your card. So as I'm saying, think of your card, I'm getting a card similar to the 9 of hearts, to the second from top, and the thought of card from this person to the top. So now I can do a double lift, and when I do the double lift and I say, and I'm showing say an 8, and I'm saying, is that close to your card? And they're obviously going to say, yes, it's very close to the card. And I say, well, you know, you can use the old ploy of mentalism. Sometimes we're not bang on, but that's pretty clear. It was a heart, and it's close to being your, very close. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, that's when I turn that over, take the single queen, which they think is still the 8, do a Mexican turn over here to show the queen. That's amazing. Wow. You've got the thought of card from the head, and then you say, and what was your card? It wasn't the 8, and they say, no, it's the 9 of hearts. And I say, well, that's strange, because the 8 of hearts is now the 9 of hearts. So you're getting the transformation of a card, as well as the thought of double card. As I say, some guys out there mightn't like that, because of the added magic. I really do like it. So I hope you enjoy that third version.